everybody, it's Christine. It's time for a scrapbook process video, and it's Mix It Up Monday. And that is a hop where we take a sketch and we add mixed media some kind of way. And we do have, is there a Facebook group? Yes, it's part of Pete's Craft Love, you guys. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. Yeah, it's kind of early, so. Okay, so here's our sketch. It's from Scrapbook and Cards, 2017 Spring Sketches. Now, this is technically drawn as an 8.5 by 11. I'm not going to do 8.5 by 11 because I don't do 8.5 by 11. I'm assuming it's 8.5 by 11. I say that it may be smaller than that because this is a 3.5 by 5 inch photo documented here. Whatever it is doesn't really matter because I don't do that size. We're going to be doing 12 by 12. So, one photo, big title, some journaling down here, a tag, and a little notebook punch thing, subtitle. Now, what I'm going to do for my mixed media is this right here. I have... Well, first, let me tell you this. First off, let me show you the picture. This is my husband as a little baby. I believe he's about 2 here. I found this in my mother-in-law's, an album of hers. None of it's dated. We actually took a picture and reprinted it, you guys. This is not the original. But I know he's obviously small. He's a little small baby in with the teeth and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to put him about he might be 1 year. He's either 1 or 2. I'm going to say he's probably 2, though. He looks like a 2-year-old. And then my kit is my counterfeit challenge kit. I've done a layout already once, but I've got these, this stuff here. You can see the reveal for all the stuff, but this cat, hang on a second. No, I told you already. The colors I'm going to pull out is the green because everything else is a little bit, well, the blue would probably work or possibly work, but I don't think I'm going to use these corals and stuff because that's kind of more, I don't want to say it's 100% feminine, but I just think that's on the feminine side. And with the way the sketch is done, I think I can use this, which honestly the funny part is I'm not certain I even decided initially I was going to use that. But I think I'm going to use that. And then I've got this little green polka dot. And then I've got these couple of pieces here that are this bone-ish color, or I guess, I'm sorry, twill. So I think I can make this work. And then what I've got is this roller stamp, you guys, from Stampin' Up. And I say roller stamp. This is technically exchangeable. I don't know if they still have these or not. I used to buy Stampin' Up all the time, but I have so much supply stopped. But I have a couple of these little wheels, and basically you ink it, and then you roll it. So that looks kind of like the sketch to me. I'm going to kind of come along here, I think, and roll it. The only bad thing is, I'm going to have to, hold on just a second. Sorry, you guys. It's kind of on top of this. So I'm hoping I can lay that and it not look strange. That could be rub-ons or something, I suppose, if we weren't doing mixed media. But I'm going to do mixed media. Okay, that could be a stencil too. But I'm going to use this because I haven't used it in a while. And I think mowed lawn will work. And then my title, I was kind of happy. I'm excited because I'm going to use, the reason I kind of pulled this out is I think he looks happy. So we are going to call him Happy today. This is what we're going to use. Because why not? They're very dimensional, you guys. Look at that. They're probably a 1/2 inch thick. And I've got these little wooden hearts. They may go around. Maybe I'll put them inside my stamp. That could be cute. Okay. Let me cut. Let's see. Like I said, I've got this piece. This will be my polka dot piece. The picture, I'll have to make a little tag. Maybe I'll make it out of this. And I gotta do the stamping after. I gotta get this down first and then I'll do the stamping. And I may mount him on something. I'm not certain yet. I'm not certain, you guys. Maybe on white. We'll see. All right, give me a second and I'll be right on. Okay, you guys. So I cut down the green polka dot. I think I started off as 7 by 8. Of course, once I get that border punch on there, it shrinks it down just a little bit. So this ends up looking a little more square than the sketch might imply, but it's okay because, again, I'm on a 12 by 12 versus the... I want to say that's an 8.5 by 11, honestly, because I started thinking about it. Well, I've got essentially a 4 by 6 photo, which is only a 1/2 inch bigger, and I guess hers could have been, and that would make some sense. So anyway, I'm going to use my little notebook punch here to do the top of this paper. I kind of always struggle at the very end of this punching one of these because it kind of gets real wiggly. And it's difficult for me to do the last little baby bit completely straight. But it's okay. I mean, it's a notebook punch. It's supposed to look kind of torn out anyways, 9 times out of 10. So it does not have to be 100% perfect. So I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to glue that with my ATG. I don't remember now if I pull out his photo first or if I go ahead and pull out the stamp. I'm so sorry. And I literally just watched me do this. I'm going to, I know I'm going to end up matting him on the back side of this green was a real pretty little floral. And I know it's a boy, but it's not in your face floral. So once I get him on there, and I kind of like it. It adds a little bit of color to the layout other than, I mean, I don't mind the monochromatic, but I did mind having the extra little colors too. His photo, the only thing I will say, there's a little rug that back in the day, I don't know, I mean, I think most of my audience here's a little on the older side anyways, like me. So you'll remember this, but back in the day when they did our little pictures, our little, Sears pictures, JCPenney, whatever, they always had like a little rug that you put your hands on, when you sat behind the box or whatever, and they had a little rug. Well, the little rug in his picture looks kind of pink. I don't know if it's because the tone of the photo or what the deal is, but it looks a little bit on this peachy side. And so actually I did not mind bringing that color in because it does kind of go with the little peachy rug, even though he's wearing, I believe that's red. I'm going to guess that's a little red set of overalls. Now, here's where I struggle just a little bit, you guys. I haven't used this tool in a long time. I will say the Stampin' Up! Ink pads are longer. So these are a square, and they're more of a rectangle. So inking up my little deal here was tricky. I mean, not really tricky, but I was, trying to do that. And then they actually have a tool, and I think I even have that thing over in my stamp stuff, but I was being a little bit lazy and pulled out my T-square, and then I didn't do it exactly right, so I kind of got the edge of it, the left edge, up on my T-square. So it's a little bit, it's not perfect, and I go, initially I was kind of like sad about it, and then I go, you know what, I'm just going to run it over the whole thing. And so I end up kind of double stamping / double layering these little shapes. It's just all these little random shapes. I actually took my husband in there. I had two different little rolly deals. One's like a real floral, and then there's this one which has more, it has some florals in it, but it's kind of got some random shapes too. And I showed him the patterns. I said, which one do you like? And he picked this one, and I asked him why, and he said, well, there's just different things on it. So I let him pick the pattern. So anyway, I rolled that on there several times. You can kind of see I did go onto the green polka dot paper. And then I thought, well, I'm just going to go ahead and in for a penny, in for a pound, you guys. So then I thought I want to add some splatters. And I actually thought I was done with my mixed media at this point, but I am not. Surprise, surprise, spoiler alert. I will actually bring in something else in a minute. But anyway, I think I'm done for the moment. So I'm thinking, okay, let me get my photo stuff going on here. And I've got my little floral there, which again, I don't really mind. I think it's kind of pretty. I'm going to trim that down. I haven't a clue what the measurements are, you guys. I just gave the photo basically a little, maybe 3/4 inch border. I do use my scissors. This is Cartabella paper. You guys, this green polka dot is Cartabella. So I will go ahead and scuff the edges. I did not actually scuff the edges of the green polka dot now that I'm looking at it. I do kind of fluff up the notebook punch part, but I did not scuff the edges of it, and I might should have. I don't know. I did scuff the edges of my little floral there, and I just mat him on that, and he looks so cute. And let's see, what's the next thing I do? I think it's my tags. I pull out the little bone-colored, like faux wood grain looking tag, or the paper. And I'm pleased with that because it does match. If you look on the background paper, you can see along the border sides and along the top up there, there's that color is in there. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to kind of organize this title here. It's a little wide if I try to keep it straight. So I'm going to end up doing it kind of offset-y type stuff like that. And I think that looks really cute. And honestly, happy is one of those words you can kind of bounce it. And it's the word too is kind of mood. So it's okay. I've cut a 2-inch strip, and I'm going to do, you'll see I'm doing double side like this. Not because I'm going to do a double-sided tag, but because when I know I'm going to cut it, I'll do either side, and then I just cut it like kind of the length of what I want. So I've done my little double side here, and then I'm going to cut it because I end up with 2 tags as opposed to the 1. The sketch shows 1, but I went ahead and did 2, again, because I'm a little on the wider side, and I thought 1 might look a little odd just kind of hanging out by itself up there. So I did 2, and then I'm looking, I'm going to go, oh, okay, I want to use my whole reinforcer here. And the first one, I go in there. This is hard to see, you guys. I did get a new punch, so I'm happy with that in the sense of I can actually punch it and, it's coming. But I can't see where the darn hole's going to go. And here I've lost the little, initially I've lost the reinforcer. I'm like, where did it go? And it finally falls out. But then I thought, okay, so I got one of them. And I go, I'm just going to do another one. And y'all,
none of these come out a full circle. I can't get none of them to go where I want it to go. So I punched out several of these, and then I thought, well, I guess one of my last ones come out all right, and so I do use it. But then I thought, well, I can use those over on that left-hand side. I can add a little of that coral over there. And I've seen people use the hole punch like with black and stuff, and I think that looks kind of cool. So I'm going to go ahead and add some of these coral circles, and then that inspires me. I need some more mixed media. I decided, you know what, I'm going to add some texture paste. I just got this at Expo, and I thought, you know, this could be fun. So I pull out this cool little, like, square, like, not perfect square stencil looking thing, and I just kind of, you know, organically put a few pieces of this texture paste, just a little baby bit, just to offer a little bit of dimension, a little bit different stuff here. Again, I just thought, you know what, in for a penny, in for a pound on my mixed media today. And I'm proud of myself. I feel like sometimes, I don't want to say I call it in, but it's like I get scared and I'll just use, you know, a little ink with a stencil, and I'll just kind of do that. And I'm thinking, you know, you could have gone a little more, Christine. You could have done a little more. So today I was kind of proud of myself that I did my stamping on my roller, and then I added my texture paste that I sprinkled. I was kind of proud. So here I'm going to cut my string, and I'm going to cut away in just a second, because actually I'm going to poke this through here after I cut this. And honestly, it takes me a good minute or two just to tie the darn knots, and I hate that. That's always embarrassing, y'all. I just have these, I have like 10 thumbs is what I have. So here's the end of my tying my knots. I'm going to stick those up underneath the photograph. My paste is not dry, so I have to be a little bit careful. I'm trying not to touch it. I end up touching it like once, but it doesn't mess it up. But I'm like, okay, I need to put my tile and stuff down, but it's still not quite dry. So I'm kind of be gentle with it. I think I actually bring my title up just a little bit, just above the paste I kind of put in the middle. That's why I haven't put my letters down, though, is because I'm kind of looking at it. Now, I'm looking at these foam titles over here thinking, can I use one of these? I was thinking like growing, you know, like happy and growing or something like that. And then I look at my little wax paper full of embellishments, and there's a little wood frame, and in the little wood frame is a little thing that says, "You are my happy." And I thought, you know, I like how that kind of ties together, because she had little journaling strips down underneath the photo. I haven't got there yet, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm kind of talking ahead. But she had little journaling strips underneath the photo, and I kind of like adding my little frame down there. First, I got to get my title figured out, y'all. I'm gonna fast around with this just a second. But you can see I kind of went above my paste there. I think that looks really cute. I'm going to put these little coral colored punched out circles in there. I'm just adding a little something to my mixed media, you know, cascade here. And I'm actually going to end up getting on my sticker sheet again in a minute and getting out some green dots. And I think this is where I decide I'm not going to use the foam stickers, though. I'm going to end up using my little frame here. And I really like this. I think this is really cute. And it brings in kind of the wood, too, over there. He's really cute. So that's going to work. And then I think this might be where I see those green dots. They're actually the centers, believe it or not. Those are from the center of O's from chipboard titles from HipKit. Those are not actually really considered dots. I just decided they were dots. So always look at your little leftover pieces. They might be something you can use. So I'm just going to kind of create that cascade there. And then I'll get into I do go back to the foam stickers, because I find two little coral flowers. Oh, I guess I'm looking at labels first. I decided on this green label first. She had a little, I actually kind of flipped it. She had the title at the bottom and the subtitle over to the left, but I've kind of flipped mine. So I have my title up on the left and the little, I guess I'm going to call it subtitle in my little wood frame. But I do want to add the date, so I'll use that label in just a second underneath happy. But I'm going to glue these down. I will also, like I said, get into the foam stickers again and find little pink flowers. I say pink. Yeah, I guess they're pink. Kind of corally pink. I'll bring those in, and then I will go ahead and pull out the little wood hearts and some puffy stickers too. Oh, I'm so sorry. I probably shouldn't have made you sit here and watch me glue this down. I'm just using my Nuvo glue to glue my little wood letters down. I will tell you, so I was kind of looking, I'm typically, my habit is to go to my phone to pull pictures to scrap, because, you know, they're on my phone. They're easy. I can print them out. I can usually get the date off my phone. But I got a bee at my butt the other day, and I was like, you know, I need to do some of the stuff from the older albums. Now, that being said, I'm not pulling stuff. I came across an album, and I thought, this is so sweet. My husband's grandfather had put together an album of pictures of their family And I mean like his grandparents and his parents and things like that. So these were really old photos. He wrote in, and then he wrote her a little letter. It was to my mother-in-law. It said, to my darling daughter Judy was her name. And he just wrote her this real sweet letter about how he gathered these photos of his family. He'd labeled them and everything. He'd put the names, you know, the like, this is your paternal grandparents, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it was just so sweet. He had this album put together. So I'm not going to be removing anything out of that album. That's staying as it is. But I might decide to take photos of the photos if I want to. But I was just kind of come across that while I was looking for photos, kind of, I hate to use the word vintage, but you know, what's that called? The historical photos, the vintage heritage photos. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. I was looking for something different than current. You know, I'm like, okay, Christine, you always do current stuff. Go looking for something a little more, you know, different. And this is what I come across with. And there's my little there's my little wooden hearts. I put those on there. I put my puffy stickers on there that I pulled off my sheet, and then you've got my little foam stickers. So I have a bunch of different little dimensional pieces on here. The only thing missing, I guess, would maybe be sequins or something. But I decided I don't add any of that. I just kind of leave it this way. I think... Oh, no, here's where I add the little puffies. Sorry about that. They were laying there. There's 3 little green puffies that I'm going to add. And that will be basically the end. I'll actually end up writing off camera Greg circa 1970. I don't know if it's 70 or 71. It's going to probably be one of those two because there's no way he's older than 2. But that's the end of it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out the playlist. There's always a nice little playlist down there for people doing Mixed Up Monday. So I'm excited to see what people do. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.